The senseless killings of Olivia Pratt-Korbel and Thomas O'Halloran have left a dark shadow over this nation in recent weeks. There are no depths to which criminals of lawless Britain won't sink, and critics are blaming woke policing for law and order going out the window. Thugs run amok while virtue-signalling coppers take the knee for BLM and do the YMCA in embarrassing stunts that lack self-respect. This latest video of police doing the Macarena at a Pride event in Lincoln has again got officers attracting all the wrong attention. Lincolnshire's Chief Constable Chris Howard said the officers' actions did not distract from their duties, and he expected them to engage with people attending Pride. But his colleague, the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police, Stephen Watson, has long insisted the British public are fed up with virtue-signalling cops and they'd rather officers were out solving burglaries. But what do you think? Are woke coppers proof we've become too soft on crime? Let me know your thoughts by emailing dan@gbnews.uk, tweet me at GBNews. Plus, our poll running there too, the results shortly, but I'm delighted to be joined now by former Apprentice star and LGBT ally Amy Ansell, who goes head-to-head on this tonight with former Met Police officer and founder of Protect the Protectors, Norman Brennan. Norman, it feels incredibly inappropriate to me. The police doing the Macarena, the police taking the knee, the police cavorting with members of Extinction Rebellion. And it feels like it is directly linked with a breakdown of law and order in our society.
Well, you're absolutely right. The public don't expect to see the police dancing. The public don't expect the police to be doing anything except patrolling the streets, turning up when they call them, investigating their crime, and the most important word about British policing, and always has been, is impartiality. You take no sides. Whenever you turn up to a job or arrest someone, you listen to both sides, you make your decision or take it further to court. The sad reality is the public, in their millions, when they never see a police officer on the beat anymore, when they phone the police and they're lucky to get someone turn up, and rarely does a crime ever get investigated, when they actually see this dancing and prancing about and officers with multicoloured cheeks and epaulets and multicoloured cars, they are saying, what the hell has happened to policing? There's nothing impartial about that. It's pretty much like in Manchester. 10 Manchester United supporters in full uniform, police officers, are on with 10 Man City supporters in uniform. And what they've done is they've taken their supporter scarves along, interacting, laughing and joking with the crowd. And then later on, it all cracks off in the high street, major public disorder, or they turn up at a pub. Whose side do they take then? A police officer needs to be impartial. They wear the same uniform. I've worked with gay officers, lesbian officers, black officers, heterosexual officers. And do you know what? I never saw them as that. I just knew that. They were police officers. The public and victims of crime want to see a police officer. They don't want to see all these gay pride officers. And in Hampshire Police, you had the police crime commissioner singing YMCA with dozens of high-ranking police officers, while I know that many victims of crime in Hampshire rarely see a police officer, and many that have been victims of crime of tens of thousands of thefts.
Very strongly put, Norman.
Never see anyone.
Very strongly put. Amy Ansell, why is he wrong?
I think the police were simply engaging with the community. I think there was a form of community policing where you're encouraging the citizens to feel that they can trust you and ultimately work with the police in turn if there is the need to solve crimes. And ultimately they are forming the sense of community, and they're not taking sides necessarily. They're just simply, and you know what? How many were doing the Macarena? 4? How many police were there in Lincoln that day during that shift? A lot more than 4. So I think there's nothing wrong with engaging with the community that, you know, at one point there probably was a sense of mistrust there. And here, I think it was a great thing that they were showing that sense of camaraderie and solidarity. I think it was a fantastic thing.
Norman?
Well, I've been a police officer for 31 years. I've been in law and order and policing for 43 years. When I joined the police service, we engaged with the public. We didn't need to paint our faces. We didn't need to have multicoloured police cars and keep on banging on about our sexuality like so many senior police officers did. What we did, my friend, is we engaged with the public. We walked the beat. We interacted with them. We shared information. We supported them. We protected them. And when they gave us the information of those that committed crime, we arrested them. That is what community engagement is all about. The sad reality is nowadays, with all the prancing about, dancing and TikToking, and let's be honest about it, gay pride and the rest of it is not impartial. There is a view, there's an empathy for that type of person. What the public want, and what I know tens of thousands of frontline police officers want, is everybody to wear the same uniform, the same oath, be impartial, walk the streets, protect the public, turn up when victims are victims of crime, investigate the crime. It's as simple as that. None of this other prancing about and dancing and TikTok.
Because
in all
Amy,
of this,
do you
policing
see,
has been
Amy?
lost.
Oh, sorry, Amy, you come in.
Maybe times have changed. Things have moved on. We need that now from the police. I mean, what about when the police were waving Union Jack flags during the Jubilee? Should they not have done that? They did. What about there's anti-royalists out there? Would they feel that, you know, this was the wrong thing to do? We just need engagement with the police. And I think there was nothing wrong with 4 of them doing the Macarena for less than a minute. If a
Amy,
crime
don't
was
you get a
happening at the same
sense?
time-
But don't you get a sense, Amy, that the public these days have far less respect for the police? And that's one of the reasons why there is this crime wave all over the country.
But Dan, say a policeman or a few policemen, say 4, for example, were at a women's rally. I mean, obviously, with the Sarah Everard situation, if they were choosing to join in and support women, I think that would be a great thing, too. There's nothing wrong with police engaging with the public in all these different ways.
Okay, well, Norman, what about that? Norman, what about that? Would it be wrong for a police officer to take part in a vigil for Sarah Everard, for example, following on what you're saying?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Absolutely. Hang on a sec. Absolutely off duty. Let me talk about the part you just raised. Waving a flag for our Queen on that particular special day, absolutely. Getting down on our knees to Black Lives Matter, absolutely not. It's one of the biggest own goals. The sad reality is, folks, is that the police have lost the streets of Britain. The public are losing faith in the police. The public are losing confidence in the police. They never see them. So when you ask the question, are we too woke? I'm afraid we are. Our senior management, in 43 years of policing and law and order, I've never seen such weak leadership within the police. No direction, no passion, no vision. They are lost. And these are the ones that are authorising and supporting and attending. And even one chief constable got down on his knee. You get down on your knee to nobody unless you're packing a hole with a bullet wound or a knife wound and trying to save a life and our Queen. We bow and kneel to nobody. We stand strong without fear of favour. That's how traditional policing has been, and that's what we've lost.
OK, very powerful stuff. Founder of Protect the Protectors campaign, Norman Brennan, and the former Apprentice star, Amy Ansell. Thank you both so much. So who do you agree with? Are woke cops proof we've gone too soft on crime? From Kojak. The police are a woke joke who violently assaulted anti-lockdown and pro-freedom protesters, yet they knelt for BLM, made cups of tea for XR and danced at Pride events. I really noticed that discrepancies too between those different types of events. Lisa says the Tories closed 600 police stations, closed half our magistrates' courts, reduced police numbers and support staff by over 20,000 and defunded legal processes to the point barristers cannot afford to work. Blaming police is a distraction And from Louise on Twitter, there's no chance of reclaiming the streets until criminals have a healthy fear of the law and police, and that won't happen while they're policing Twitter, taking the knee, dancing the Macarena and driving around in rainbow cars. So really fascinating feedback there. Thank you for it. The result, though, the verdict is overwhelming. 93% of you agree that woke police are proof we've gone too soft on crime. Just 7% of you